Number 6'11" from Brigham Young. Number 34, Greg Kite.
Today we look at the magic career of Greg Kite. Kite was drafted with the 21st pick in the 1983 draft by the Boston Celtics and won 2 NBA championships, but played sparingly behind the big three front line of Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale and Larry Bird. During the 87-88 season, Kite was waived by the Celtics and bounced around the league with stops in Los Angeles, Charlotte and Sacramento before signing as a free agent with Orlando prior to the 1990-91 season. The Magic had been in desperate need of a solid big man after Dave Corzine went down injured in their inaugural season, and Kite was brought in with Mark Akers to serve as his backup. Kite was once labelled by a critic as the worst offensive player in the NBA, but his job wasn't to light up the scoreboard. He was brought in to limit opposing big men with his effort on defense and solid rebounding. Kite had some strong outings during the year, the best being a career-high 16-point, 16-rebound effort against Miami, and he had 5 other games with 15 or more rebounds, but the true value of Kite's disciplined box-outs and strong screens didn't really show up in the box score. What did show up in the box score was Kite's regular foul trouble, finishing 7th in the NBA for the season in personal fouls, despite playing less minutes than most of the players ahead of him on that dubious list. Kite, along with rookie Dennis Scott, were the only Magic players to suit up in all 82 games during 1990-91, and Kite was the only one to start them all, averaging a career-high 4.8 points and 7.2 rebounds. In the off-season, Kite was signed to a $4 million 4-year contract, quite lucrative for the time, as the Magic vastly improved over the previous season to finish with a 31-51 record. Despite the Magic's improved season, the centre position was still seen as a key need, and they drafted centre Stanley Roberts in the 1991 draft, as well as big man Brian Williams. Roberts started the season overweight, and Williams, who would later change his name to Bison Dele, held out in contract negotiations, so Kite beat them both out for the starting position on opening night, holding it through to the end of November, averaging 5.1 points and 7.6 rebounds for the month. In a November 30th game against Miami, Kite and Ronnie Cycli got into a scuffle that cleared both benches. The two centers had been in heated matchups between the Florida rivals in the previous season as well, and on this occasion, Kite shoved Cycli into press row. In the scuffle, Kite suffered cuts to his face and he was suspended for 2 games. Roberts started at centre with Kite out, but his conditioning was an issue, and Kite moved back into the starting position as he returned, but the team was struggling and lost the next 5 games. Roberts was starting to improve, and with the team on a slide, coach Matt Gukas moved Kite to the bench. While playing as a reserve, Kite was still playing similar minutes, but all of his stats took a dive as the Magic continued to shuffle pieces and try to save their season. After the losing streak was finally broken in January, Kite moved back into the starting lineup for the next month, but Roberts continued to improve, slim down and play himself into NBA shape. In mid-February, the starting role was given back to Roberts, and for the next month, Kite played only 12 minutes per game. Roberts sprained his ankle in March, and Williams was trialled as the starting centre for a few games before Kite was given back the role, and he finished the season averaging 3.2 points and 5.6 rebounds per game. The Magic had struggled to a 21-61 record the previous season, and the number 1 pick in the NBA draft was their reward, where they selected Shaquille O'Neal. Prior to the start of the season, Stanley Roberts was traded for draft picks, which at least meant that Kite would be cemented into the backup centre position, but O'Neal played almost 38 minutes per game as a rookie, leaving Kite with the leftovers and the job of battling O'Neal daily in practice. For the first few months of the season, Kite played less than 10 minutes a game. He was still grabbing 3 rebounds a game, but he also picked up 2 fouls every outing despite the limited minutes. Late in the season, during the playoff push, Kite was trialled at power forward alongside O'Neal at times, which slightly increased his minutes. In the 1 game O'Neal missed in early April, Kite started and had his best game of the season, a double-double with 10 points and 10 rebounds. The 1993-94 season started in similar fashion, with O'Neal now playing almost 40 minutes per game and Kite serving as a dependable backup. The Magic drafted centre Geert Hamink and signed free agent Keith Tower, who both competed for the third-string centre position but rarely played. Against the Nets in November, Kite grabbed a season-high 10 rebounds, but during the entire season, in only one game did he take more than 3 shot attempts. In a game against the Knicks in January 1994, Kite partially tore his Achilles tendon in the second quarter, and this spelled the end of his season and ultimately his Magic career. The Magic signed 38-year-old Wayne "Tree" Rollins to back up Shaq the rest of the way, and prior to the following season, with Rollins, Tower, and Hammock still on the roster, Kite was waived without ever playing in a playoff game for the Magic. Kite played a further 11 games with the Knicks and Pacers, and then played on for a further 2 years in the CBA before retiring. In Kite's 247-game Magic career, he averaged 3 points and 5.1 rebounds per game. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Magic career of Greg Kite. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and check back soon for a look at the Magic career of Dennis Scott.